wholeness, and love. The nice young man I stayed with when I arrived in London, who had met me when there was still a me back in the States and invited me to work here, came to see the rehearsal for the tour I'll be doing with a small performing arts troupe through Eastern Europe. He said he loved the act and wished me well. He actually said break a leg, but you know that's what show people say. Before he left, he took me aside and said, as best as I can recall his exact words, "You are a good dancer. Not great, but good. Passionate. Emotional. Your technique is quite solid. You know your limitations and work well within them. It's sad that you are such an antisocial little bitch." I took that to mean he had issues with our relationship. I suppose his main issue was that it ended. How could he understand that it was I who ended? I think his heart was broken. He told me once that he loved me, but that he could tell I didn't love him back. How could he know there was no one here to love him back? He hasn't yet seen that he is love itself, that everyone and everything is love, and he is never alone. I didn't tell him any of that. I just gave him a hug. Oh well. I was happy to hear his compliments on my technique and an honest appraisal of my dancing. But really, wholeness is not about being nice or not nice. I used to think I had to be the good girl, the nice, pretty one who always smiled even though she felt hurt. The sweet girl who was always polite and even went on dates out of politeness to avoid hurting a guy's feelings. That Miranda is gone. Wholeness is about being alive to aliveness, not being sensitive to others. As Lisa Carnes says, I don't believe that you need to be sensitive to others because, in a way, being sensitive to others, or thinking about that, is buying into their story. But we're happy and whole and complete as we are, and we don't need others to be sensitive or nice to us. So if someone is coming up with that argument of wanting me to be more compassionate, it's nothing at all to do with me, it's to do with the way they see the world. And really, there is no one that chooses how to behave. All apparent actions come from the same place, from love. And love is beyond acting one way or another. Love is unconditional. It's the fire that burns everything, and it's the ashes dancing in the wild wind. It's all of this, endlessly and never at all. As Mark Boleyn sang, I understand the wind and all the things that make the children cry. Sleep tight in the dream of love that caresses your tender hearts, no matter what seems to be happening, my beloveds. It is beautifully heartbreaking to imagine each and every one of you appearing like waves in the ocean of eternity.